Moving on to the East North Central Subregion, I'm going to pass it on to Allison, who is from Ohio and can represent her state.
Thanks very much, Ushma, and thanks, Six, for hosting us, and thanks to all of you for joining today. I'm Allison Norris, and I'm a faculty member at Ohio State. And so as we're moving a little bit more east along the country here, and as Ushma said, this is my home state. What you can see in this part of the Midwest is the heterogeneity that some of the regions in the country experienced. So Illinois is the dark blue line at the top, which saw huge surges after Dobbs. And Illinois is really representative of a pattern that we see from across the country, which is that it tends to be states that are nearby to states with bans that have the biggest increases. So on both of the coasts, there are some changes and some increases, but the real dramatic changes in volume tend to be in states that are geographically proximal to states with bans and restrictions, illuminating that people who are seeking abortion have to leave their state. They seem to be driving rather than flying to get care. Another important thing that I'll point out here, that's a trend that Ushma also illuminated, Ohio is in the yellow line and had a 6-week ban immediately after the Dobbs decision. And you see the numbers drop by half in Ohio for several weeks, for a couple of months until that ban was enjoined. And then you see it a slow return back to this baseline number of abortions. So it's both the 50% drop when we have a 6-week ban and then the slow return back to baseline. And you can also see Indiana in the reddish color had a 6-week ban that was at a different timing. Its 6-week ban came in September, and you see its declines there. And the one other thing, the lighter blue line at the bottom is Wisconsin, which had an abortion ban in effect immediately after Dobbs. And Michigan is the gray, which didn't see a major surge, but has a consistent, steady volume throughout the 9-month period. And I'll use this as a point to say that one of the things we've heard from the healthcare providers is that some of the states that were receiving states may not see huge increases in numbers, but the patients they're seeing who are coming from out of state, they may be coming later in gestation, they may be sicker with their own health problems, and they are more distressed. So the number cannot necessarily represent the change that is experienced at the level of the clinic in terms of how the effort it takes to take care of patients who have to come from afar. And the final thing I'll say about a state like Michigan is that these data sum up all the clinics and all the care provided across a whole state. And so certain clinics within all of these states will have seen really big increases that get kind of flattened when you take the numbers from across the entire state.